Good morning, hello and welcome to another vlog. It is Easter Sunday, so happy Easter. Obviously that will have already gone by the time you're watching this, but it is Easter Sunday today. I've got a little coffee and I'm here at, you guessed it, the train station. I'm taking myself off to Torquay for the evening, just for one night. I'm going by myself just to have a bit of downtime. I've been working a lot. I worked Friday, so Good Friday, and yesterday, getting the vlog finished and stuff, so yeah, I'm just gonna have a break and take it easy and just have a little time to myself, which I love. Later. Okay, I have arrived in my room at the Premier Inn. I did not vlog anything on the journey. It was one of those nightmarish train journeys. With it being Easter weekend, it was absolutely like crowded. I had to stand on the first train. It was just awful. Anyway, I'm here. I'm in my room. My room was ready even though it's only around 1:30, I think, so that was really good. I've just been taking a couple of pictures of my outfit. I have this Playsuit on today from Boohoo. It's like a button through Playsuit, and some of you will have seen on my Instagram, if you follow me over there, I now have an LTK shop. So LTK used to be reward style, for those of you who may have heard of it. It's basically a one-stop place that I can show you all of my recommendations. So my outfits, my makeup, all my beauty stuff, my travel stuff, everything I wear at Disney. Basically, I can put the pictures there and link everything for you guys to shop the stuff that I'm talking about, basically. It is an affiliate link that you'll be using, which makes no difference to you guys, but obviously it does mean that I get something, so full disclosure. It is an affiliate link, but it's just a perfect one-stop place. You just download the app, follow me over there, and I will always keep that updated with all of my stuff that I love. And I only post, obviously, the stuff that I love and I use. It's really amazing. I've actually been really enjoying using it as a shopper. Like, I've been following people on there, and you can follow people who have kind of similar style, or that you just like the stuff that they have, and then you can always see where they're getting things from, so it's great. So I'll link that below if anyone is interested in that. I've booked myself in for dinner here at the hotel tonight. I could have gone and found dinner elsewhere, but I don't know, I couldn't be bothered. I thought I would just eat here. It's always really good, and I've got breakfast and stuff in the morning as well. So I think we're gonna go and have a nice long walk. I love coming to Torquay. The main reason is I just love a good walk along the seafront. It's really, really nice. It's probably gonna be quite a few people around. The weather is not too bad. It's not super sunny, but it's not hot or like really, really nice, but it's not too bad. And I just have to show you this in my room because I have the weirdest thing going on in this room. So standard kind of Premier Inn room, as you would expect, nothing out of the ordinary, until meet my strange what are you little staircase thing that goes nowhere. What is this? This is so weird. It's like a big, there's like a couch type thing here, and then just this. What is this? I don't even know. I guess it's like boxing something in that, I don't know, this is just so bizarre. A lot of these hotels that Premier Inn and Travelodge and places use are like older buildings that are repurposed as a Travelodge or a Premier Inn, so it's probably some old thing, I don't know, it's bizarre. But there we go, I have this very strange thing going on in this room. But as long as it doesn't do anything creepy or weird or make sounds in the night, I'm not too bothered. So anyway, let's get going and do a bit of exploring. Another thing I just wanted to mention with this vlog, I did post on Instagram the other day asking for your questions, because throughout this vlog we are going to have like a Q&A and vlog in one. So just randomly throughout the vlog I'm going to pick out questions that you guys asked. You had a lot of questions, a lot of them were very similar. There are the same things that you guys want to know. So if you want to know the answers to those questions, then keep watching and I will just randomly, sporadically answer some questions as we are going along in this vlog. Good morning. I managed to get very, very tired last night and just come back here and fall asleep. I spoke to my mum and then just went to bed. I was so tired. So I ended up not answering any of my questions yesterday. So the questions will begin today. I'm just checking out of the room here and then I'm off to get myself a coffee and go for another nice long walk. And while I'm out for the walk, I will do some of my questions. I'm just looking out the window. The weather does not look good today. It looks kind of cloudy. As long as it doesn't rain, then we're okay. I can deal with anything but rain, because then we can't get out and about. So let's check out. I've just had some breakfast, which was really nice. The breakfast is always good at Premier Inn, but it was so busy with it being a bank holiday over Easter. That is not surprising, but yeah, it was kind of crazy in there. So let's go get out there, get a coffee. Hopefully they will store my luggage here until I'm ready to get a train back later. So let's get going. So I'm out for my walk. I've got my Costa and I thought we would do a couple of the questions. I've got some amazing boats behind me as well. We're here by the harbour. I hope you can hear me okay, because there is like wind noise and stuff. So let's start with a very frequently asked question whenever I ask for questions in a Q&A. First question is this my full-time job, my YouTube channel? Yes, it is. So I do have two channels, of course, this one and my Disney channel. The Disney channel is an awful lot of work in terms of the filming and editing and everything of the vlogs. I have the Instagram for both. I have Patreon and other things as well. So yes, in terms of hours that go into it, yes, it's definitely a full-time job, and I'm very, very fortunate to do what I do. It's been a lot of years. I think I've had the channel 6 years now, so it takes a long time for it to get to that stage where you can be doing this as a job, and I feel grateful every single day to be able to do what I do, because it is amazing. Next question is a very easy one to answer, and I do get this question quite a lot as well, is how old are you? Some people are reluctant to ask because they think you shouldn't ask that, but I don't really care. I am 38, so yes, anyone who's been wondering how old I am, I think it says 30 something on my Instagram. 38, 39 this year actually. Unbelievably, I can't quite believe that. Don't really want to think about it. No, I'm joking. I actually think that aging is a privilege in a lot of ways. A lot of people don't get the chance to get older, so we should never ever feel upset about getting older. It's a good thing. This question was asked in quite a lot of different ways, but basically the question is, am I planning on staying living with Kate or getting my own place? Some people are asking, am I happy living with Kate? Is it going well? How is it going? Am I planning on getting my own flat and all that kind of stuff? First up, to answer the question, yes, I do love living with Kate. She really enjoys it as well. We get on really well. We've known each other 16 years now, so yeah, we do really love living together. But yes, I would love to get my own flat. That's definitely a goal that I have, not because I don't like living with Kate. I just would really love to have my own place and decorate it and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, that is definitely a goal for the future. And just another little part to that, I'm actually in no rush to move out though, because me and Kate actually do really enjoy living together. So while I would love to do that and it's a goal, it's definitely not something I'm rushing to do. Another question I had is, have I ever wanted to take up sewing like my mum? And I would love to be able to sew, especially as well as my mum does. I don't have the patience for things like that. I'm a very patient person in terms of like in relationships and friendships and with people, but I am not a patient person when it comes to like crafting or doing anything like that that requires that level of patience. I think I would just be a nightmare with it. Kate is actually interested in learning to sew, but yeah, for me, I think I'm more, yeah, not got the patience for it. Another question I got a lot was my skincare routine. What's my skincare routine? What do I use? And makeup and stuff. As I mentioned at the beginning of the vlog, I do now have my LTK store where all of my makeup is linked, but I need to do a skincare video. So I've decided to do that as a separate video. That'll be coming really soon, and I will talk all about everything I use and what I do and everything like that. And let's just do one more while I'm sat here and then I'm gonna get underway again. A lot of people asked about Disney and whether I plan to stay off site or whether I ever stay off site. And yes, I do have some off-site Disney experiences coming up later this year, so look out for that, because that will be in the next couple of trips. There will definitely be some off-site, some more kind of insight into that, getting around when you're not staying at Disney and stuff. So yes, that'll be coming soon. But now I'm going to wrap this up, I think, and do a bit more walking and a bit more exploring. I actually did consider going on this big wheel and doing the Q&A on the big wheel, and then I was like, really, let's get real. You know me, you saw what I was like on the hot air balloon at Disney Springs if you've seen that vlog. I was like, no, don't do that. I'll probably end up not doing any Q&A and just crying up there, I would imagine. And also, look at this dark cloud. This is not good. I'm going to take a slow walk back towards the hotel where they're keeping my bag, because I do not want to get absolutely drenched. I did not bring an umbrella because I wasn't expecting this weather. It's over there too. It's looking a bit grey. So I've made it to the train station, looking a bit windswept. The weather has been a bit crazy. It still looks like it's going to rain, but it actually hasn't. It's been fine. This whole couple of days has just got away from me. I really don't know where it's gone or what I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of just, you know, walking, chilling. I see these like weekends that I take or like nights away as little kind of mental health breaks. So sometimes I am just, you know, I don't know what I'm doing, just relaxing, just chilling, which has been really nice. But I'm going to head home now. I'm not sure if Kate's going to be around to pick me up. Hopefully she will be. If not, then I can just get a taxi back if she's not around, and then just have a nice evening in. I don't know, oh, and there's always an announcement interrupting. I don't know whether if Kate is in, maybe we can have like a night in. She's been away for a week, so we could perhaps watch a movie or something, but I don't know. I have no idea whether she's got plans. But yeah, it's been a really nice couple of days away, and then I've got a lot of work to do in the next few days. I'm still going to be vlogging for probably tomorrow as well. I hope you can hear me. I don't know if you can. I'll speak to you guys in a bit. Good morning. It is another day now. There's actually been a day in between me getting back from Torquay and today, where I was just working all day long. I didn't do anything else. I was just editing, so I didn't really vlog anything. I'm in the car, as you can see. I've just arrived here at Ian's actually. I need to pick up some stuff from my office. I still have a lot of stuff here because I'm living at Kate's. Obviously, I'm just figuring out what to do with it all, but he doesn't care about it being there, so I do have to pop back sometimes to pick things up as I need them, so I'm going to do that. Then Becky and I are going off to get some coffee. We're going to go to the range and to Dunelm as well, I think, because we want to just have a look at some stuff. We love a browse around there, so I'm going to do that. And then it's heading home again to finish off the vlog. So it's a busy day today, but I will do some more of the Q&A at some point today as we're going along. I don't know when. It will happen. I will do some more of your questions. So we are just in Dunelm, and I really, really like this. It is £8, and I've got like a gold and pink kind of thing going on in my room. I really like that. Oh, and Becky oh, here's Becky, by the way.
Hello. I like that one.
She likes this plant. See, I would need an actual plant to go in it because I don't have one, but I just like the pot. And I do have some plant options here that I could put in this vase, potentially. Can't see any that I'm overly taken with. I think I'm still going to get it. Okay, I love this Stegosaurus. That is amazing. Oh, I do like this bedding. Win Fruits bedding. This is nice. So we're now in Home Sense, just having a little browse. Oh yeah, that is cute. This is nice. There's a lot of plants are definitely, obviously these are not real, but they are the thing at the moment.
Oh god, it's really heavy.
Oh god. Oh, the bowl is like
I don't like it. The bowl's a bit.
It looks like something out of Galaxy's Edge, like some kind of
it's like some horrible skin disease.
Star Wars, yeah, something from another planet. But the plants are nice. Yeah. Becky's always drawn to rainbowy glasses. We saw some in, where was it? Marks and Spencer. Mm-hmm. Was I with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, these ones are similar.
You know, my opinions on
that's not quite big enough. They have that rainbowy one underneath, but it's not as rainbowy.
That doesn't feel as nice. It feels a bit.
No, not feeling that.
Don't like it.
Okay, I love these.
They're cute.
This garden furniture looks very grand, but I'm assuming you would have cushions on that because
it's very uncomfortable.
That would be very uncomfortable, but it's quite cool looking. But yeah, you need a cushion.
It looks like it's very throne-like.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Very Bridgerton-like.
Yes. I still haven't watched that yet.
Oh my gosh, what? It's so good. I always forget like what they sell in here.
All sorts of.
Yeah, I always just think of it as home stuff, but they do have like toiletries and bath stuff and all kinds of things. It's very TK Maxx type of situation.
It's the same brand, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, is it? Did not know that. Oh, danger zone. Mm-hmm. I have found the stationery. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, you know, I love an organiser or a planner. Especially the word organiser. The like 10-year-old in me is like, yeah. I need that in my life. They do have quite a few nice notebooks. Not that I need a notebook in a million years, but the Erin Condren launch is on Monday actually, okay. better resist. Oh, yeah, that's nice. And they also have oranges and lemons. I like that too. That's cute. That is a no from me.
Even for 18. Whoa, the shade. Oh dear.
I mean, the shade is like grandma's house type.
But it doesn't even go. It's not even the right colour.
Home Sense. Not allowed. We were just walking past and I was like, this looks like COVID.
Yeah.
Why?
What even is it?
Why do we need to be reminded? Isn't that what it looks like?
Yeah.
We don't need that in our lives. We've just got rid of it. Well, kind of, fingers crossed. We really like this lamp, but we're not so keen on the shade. It's a bit too big, but yeah, I like the concept with the books. That's very cool.
Yeah.
It's very Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I would go in my living room, but I don't need a little footstool.
No. I mean, how much do we need any of these things, in all honesty?
No.
But hello and welcome to another day. I really have no idea at this point, as per usual, how many days this vlog is going to be across. It just is what it is. It's how life has been recently. There's a lot of stuff behind me here on the bed. I'm actually just sorting out some returns. I did an order with Pour Moi, which is one of my favourite places to get dresses. I need a couple of things for my Disney trip, and some of them were good, some of them were not. I'll show you when I'm back in a minute. I'm just going to go for a walk in a second, but I'll show you what I ordered that I'm keeping, and I've got some other Patreon stuff that I'm sorting out behind me. So it's been a busy day, but yeah, I'm just about to go for a walk because I feel like I haven't been doing that every day. Probably like a year ago, I was walking every single day, sometimes more than once. I was on my treadmill and everything, and I feel like I just haven't been doing it as much. So we're gonna go for a nice walk around, little stroll, and the vlog has just gone up. It's Saturday today, so that has just happened. So when I get back, I'll probably reply to some comments as well. So let's go and do this walk, and then when I get back, I can answer some more of your questions. So I'm back from my walk, and I had to redo my hair because I got so windswept while I was out there. It was really nice though, it's a nice day. And I think I'm gonna go to Asda. I wasn't gonna go to the supermarket today, but I'm out of everything. Normally I get it delivered, I just haven't thought about it, and I haven't like pre-booked a delivery. You can usually get one for like the next day or the next couple of days, but I think I'm just gonna go and do it. It seems so crazy because during the pandemic, I remember you just couldn't get a grocery delivery slot. I remember having to try and do it at like 1 o'clock in the morning, seemed to be the time when they would like release more, and it would be for like a week's time or something. It's like the craziest thing, but yeah, now it all seems to be fairly back to normal. But I think I'm just gonna go myself anyway, have a little look around. I haven't done that for a while, and then when I get back I will do the questions, because I was gonna do that as soon as I got back, but we'll do shopping first and then I will do some more questions. Okay, we've arrived to a clothing sale. I think it'd be rude not to. Just have a quick look through this. Okay, there was nothing in the clothing. I'm just in the mug section. They never have a V. If there's ever alphabet things going on, there's no V. I do love this though. This is very cool. And they do have some Disney. There's a lot of copyright music going on, so I'm not going to be able to vlog much in here. They have this Winnie the Pooh one. They have this Mickey one, our princesses. And they do have the Winnie the Pooh alphabet ones too. Again, no V. So we're in the crisp aisle, and it seems that things have resolved because we had that weird problem a few months ago. You just couldn't buy any crisps, but they seem to have them back now, or potato chips if you're in the US. It's kind of still a bit bleak, but they do seem to have a lot more. So clearly whatever happened has been fixed, I guess. Okay, I am back from Asda. I couldn't really film much in there. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to show what I did film because there's really loud copyright music in there. So yeah, I couldn't really film much. But I've got my stuff, and actually I really enjoyed it. It felt really weird to go and do a grocery shop. Sorry, the kettle's just boiling. It felt really weird to actually go and do my shopping because I just don't do that anymore. I tend to always get it delivered, and to be honest, I always did all the way through the pandemic and most of the time before that actually as well. So it was actually quite enjoyable. And I was thinking as I was going around, when I was like going through the checkout, I was thinking this is going to be more than I normally spend because there is just too much impulse purchase opportunity, and that's normally why I do it online, because then I don't impulse purchase anything. And actually when I came to pay, it was the same as I would normally spend. I thought it was going to be, you know, at least a little bit more, so that was really good. So I'll show you everything I got. First up, of course, we have Biscuit Brew. I was running dangerously low on that. I did get these as a treat. I don't normally buy biscuits and things, but they had these that are new, and they are Cadbury Crunchy Melts with Oreo. They just sounded too good. I had to, and they were on like an introductory price, so I had to get them. I did buy a pizza. I do like to just have one thing like that on hand, just in case I need to have something really, really quick. I did get some of these extra special sea salted crisps that I really like. They're the Asda's own ones. I've started with all of the bad stuff in this grocery haul, and I got some sour cream and chive dip to go with that. Then I've got these little Philadelphia pots. I use these when I make mushroom risotto and stir it in at the end, which is really nice. I couldn't resist picking this up. It is a new flavour of Coke Zero, but it just says intergalactic flavour. And my curiosity got the better of me. I was like, what is intergalactic flavour? We'll try that in a bit and see. Then I got some more fabric softener. I needed some more crackers. These are my favourite ones, the multigrain Cars crackers. They're so good. I got a couple of these Activia with the granola, because I love those for breakfast. Then milk. And I got some of this cheese, which I really love, on top of mushroom risotto, which I think is what I'm going to make tonight. I've got leeks. I did get some of these corn picnic eggs. I occasionally get those. I just like them at lunchtime, just for kind of snacking. Then broccoli. I got some risotto rice. I was out of the Garnier micellar water, which I love, so I got some more of that. Some vine tomatoes, mushrooms, and then I got these strawberries, which looked really good as well. So yeah, that is everything I got on my little in-person Asda shop. Later. Okay, it's way later on now. I'm just about to cook dinner, and I thought we would do the questions while I'm cooking. This lighting is terrible. You guys are in a cupboard. Looks like I've got really dark circles. Let's just ignore that. Not happening. Also, I'm just trying the intergalactic Coke Zero. I've had one sip. I didn't look anywhere on the can first in case it says what flavour it is. I wanted to see if I could tell, and I can't. It kind of tastes to me like Coke with like candy floss flavour. I don't think it says anywhere on the can what it's supposed to be. No, it doesn't. Unknown. To me, it tastes like candy floss flavour anyway. It's not bad. I probably would just have Coke by itself, but I was so fascinated. I almost shut this then. This is what I mean. This is why you shouldn't... I shouldn't put you guys in a cupboard. Right, let's get to this. I'm going to make this mushroom risotto and talk to you guys with the questions at the same time. Then I will show you what I'm making. This mushroom risotto I make is like the easiest thing to make ever. It is such a quick, easy dinner. Risotto sometimes can feel like a lot of stirring, and it is. That's the only thing, you do have to stir while you're sort of cooking it, but it's super easy. So while I'm cutting up the mushrooms, let's get to question number one. I'm going to be looking down a lot, obviously, because I don't want to chop my finger off. So one question I had was, what was my job pre-vlogging? And it was kind of a weird situation for me with vlogging, because when it comes to doing like YouTube and Instagram or anything like that as your job, normally it's something that kind of naturally evolves that way, and then eventually you have enough like views, I guess, or whatever the way that you measure it based on how you need it to be. Once it gets to that stage, you would transition from working into like a regular job into doing that. That's not really how it happened for me. I obviously got TM in 2017. I did have a question about that as well in a minute, so if you don't know what TM is, I will get onto that. But basically, when that happened, I couldn't have worked full time if I wanted to. Before it happened, like just before it happened, I was kind of in a transitional phase. I had been working for the NHS in like an admin type role. And I was kind of in a transitional phase. We'd moved, so I was just working on my channel, but not because it was at a place where it was sustainable as a job. It was just because we'd moved and I hadn't decided what I was going to do. Then of course I got TM, which prevented me from being able to do a normal job. So I just worked on my channel, which gave me something to focus on because it was such a terrible time. And then over the fullness of time, that's just become a job for me. Whereas before, it definitely wasn't in a place where anybody else would have done it as a full-time job. I just sort of through circumstances ended up doing that. So that's why kind of that happened, just to explain it. But before I did that, I worked for the NHS, as I said, and prior to that I had worked in a couple of admin type roles, but my background is in sales. So when I kind of first started working and all my previous jobs years ago, sales definitely is my kind of background of what I used to do. And I've done business to business kind of sales. I've done retail, direct selling. I've done, back in the day, I've done all kinds of like sales, but sales definitely is my kind of background before I did this. The next question actually is a Disney question. I did have a couple of them, but I thought I would answer this one because I know this is something that a lot of people are wondering. So the person who asked this said, I'm off to Walt Disney World, what's changed for the worse? And for me, I think in one of the upcoming vlogs that hasn't gone up yet, I do talk quite a lot about this, because since Disney reopened after the pandemic, things have been very, very different. I think the busyness and the crowds is unprecedented. I don't think that they realised necessarily that it was going to be this busy, and it is kind of crazy, and there's a lot of discussion surrounding that, where people who have been this year in 2022 are just like, what is happening? Like, this is supposed to be slow season. So the biggest thing I would say that has changed for the worse at the moment are the crowds. Now, I don't necessarily think that it is going to remain that way. I think what has happened is people have had so many delayed and cancelled vacations over the course of the pandemic, and when people could travel again and felt like safe to do that, I think everybody was just like, let's go. Life is too short. You know, it's been so crazy and unexpected with what happened with the pandemic. I think a lot of people were like, let's just go. So everyone is taking those vacations at once. I don't necessarily think that this crowd craziness is going to keep up, but I do wonder whether for the rest of this year you can expect to see those kind of crowds, and that is something that you really need to be aware of going into your trip. Otherwise you could end up quite surprised and disappointed, I think, by how busy it is. So it's really important to know, if you are going this year, it's probably going to be really busy compared to what you've been used to. So that's one thing. And of course the other thing, which I have to mention as a bad thing, because nobody wants this, is the fact that you now have to pay for Genie Plus and Lightning Lanes, and what was the equivalent of Fast Pass basically is no longer free, it is paid for. And of course, with the crowd levels being what they are, it kind of sucks that you have to pay for it, because I must be honest, on a lot of the days that I've spent there, I did feel like if I hadn't paid for the return times and stuff, that I really wouldn't have ridden many attractions because of the wait times. So I guess those are the two things that I would say have changed for the worse, but that might just be at the moment. I don't necessarily think that that will continue to be a huge problem, but we'll see. The next question is, what box sets are you watching? I also had other similar ones, like just generally, what have you been watching? I have been watching the new series of Bridgerton. I think I mentioned it earlier in this vlog because Becky says she hasn't seen it yet. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it because I forget the guy's name who played the Duke in the first series. I knew he wasn't going to be in it, which straight away disappointed me because he was great in the first one. And the main character in this one, because all of the series are going to focus on one of the different family members, which is what the books are. And this one was Anthony, and he wasn't my favourite character in the first one, so I was thinking, oh, am I even going to like this series? I loved it. I thought it was so good. The kind of character development you get learning about Anthony and stuff is great. So yeah, anyway, I really like Bridgerton. I have also been watching another series on Netflix called The Missing. It's got the chap in it, I always forget his name. He was in Cold Feet and he's been in so many different things. His name totally escapes me. Anyway, there's two series of it, and it's so good. It's like a thriller mystery kind of thing about someone who's gone missing. It's really, really good. Anyway, so I've been watching that. And somebody also mentioned in the Q&A about, what's it called? The Ultimatum. So Love is Blind is a series that's been on Netflix, and Nick and, what's his wife called? Oh no, I've forgotten her name. Nick Lachey and his wife, anyway, I've forgotten her name, Vanessa, I think. They host this show as well, The Ultimatum. And it's basically where, like, couples, one of the two people in the couple are giving the other one an ultimatum that they basically want to get married or split up, which I have to say, I don't personally ever think that ultimatums are a good idea. I think there's different ways to go about things. So I really wasn't sure if I wanted to watch this program, because I just thought, is this whole thing going to annoy me? But it was interesting seeing people's kind of stories and how it unfolded. And in the end, there were a couple of things that happened. I won't ruin anything. There were a couple of things that happened where I thought that was the right decision. And there was one or two where I was like, what are you doing? Like, what's just happened? No, not allowed. And I was just shocked by the outcome. So yeah, anyway, I've been watching that as well, and that was reasonably entertaining, I must admit. It was worth a watch. And another question I had, which is really quick and easy to answer, someone was asking about the Playsuit patterns that my mum uses, because I think they were saying their mum is interested in sewing and wanted to know. I will try and link in the description the most popular ones. We've got a few that we use, but there's a couple that are kind of our tried and tested ones that just work really, really well. So I will try and link those in the description so you can find them if they're still available. Finding the patterns can actually be the most difficult part of doing like the sewing, because you find the fabric easily. Whenever we go fabric shopping, there's just so many different things. But with the patterns, quite often they don't always work out how you think they're going to, or how they look in the picture. And one thing that my mum does do, she will often try out a new pattern. If we find a new one, she'll make it in a fabric we've purchased that was really cheap, because we go to the rag market in Birmingham. You can often get fabrics for like 50p a metre, and you need like 2 meters. So she'll try it out in one of those fabrics so that we can see if it's any good before we use one of the like really nice fabrics that we've bought. So yeah, I'll try and link those in the description. So I'm just chopping a leek here, and they're not quite as easy to chop as the mushrooms, so I've just got to do a tiny moment of concentration here. Losing a finger while you're doing a Q&A would really not be what you want. So next question, I did get a few people asking about my TM and asking kind of how it is now and stuff like that. I'm thinking about doing a whole video about it. It's something I've been thinking about actually for years, to be honest. Like I say, it happened about 5 years ago now. And when I was in the hospital, it was such a shock when it was happening. And with TM, they often don't know that that's what it is at first. So there's all this craziness going on and you don't know what's happening. All you know is that you are completely paralysed, like literally out of nowhere. It's just the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. And I would have loved to have had more videos on YouTube about it. I could hardly find anything, and all I wanted to know was like information about what was going on. So I've been thinking about making a video for that reason, for one thing, so that other people have got something to find on YouTube if they're going through something similar. But I wondered if you guys might be interested in kind of the whole story. I do have a couple of videos from when it happened, but it was a long time ago now, and I had no idea what the process was going to be like of recovering and living with it. At the time in those videos, I thought that it was possible I could completely recover, which never happened, and that was like a difficult journey as well. So let me know if you would be interested in a separate video about it. I know it wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea, but the long and short of it is I have learned to live with it. It's difficult, it is still difficult for me, and the main thing is that some days are a lot easier than others and some days are really difficult. You just never really know what you're going to get, which is why I'm very thankful to be able to do the job that I do and do my channels and everything, because then I'm not under pressure to be a reliable employee when I know that I've got a physical condition that would be difficult for me to necessarily do that. So yeah, that's kind of how it is. But for the most part, I'm good, and I'm very, very fortunate compared to some people who have it, who struggle to ever walk again. However, I did push myself very, very hard, but I'll get into that. That's like a whole different video. Let me know if you would be interested in that. So I've just been switching some hobs on here and get this going. So another question I had was really interesting. No one's ever asked this before. What is my go-to restaurant in the UK? So kind of where do I just go for dinner? And there's a couple of different places. I love Prezzo. Prezzo is an Italian restaurant in the UK. They did shut down a lot of their locations, unfortunately, but there are still some around. It's still quite popular. So I would say Prezzo is one of my favourites. That's where Lisa and I went on New Year's Eve, actually. So I would probably say Prezzo. For more casual dining, I do love a Nando's as well. I mean, who doesn't? So yeah, probably Prezzo. I'm not a fancy eater. I am not a fancy restaurant kind of person. I am just not a fancy person. I am like very basic when it comes to restaurants and eating and stuff. And the final question I'm going to do, and then I'll just show you what I'm doing with this risotto, was plans for Disneyland Paris. So with this one, I've been planning to do Disneyland Paris again. Becky and I did it in January 2019, which feels literally like a lifetime ago. I cannot tell you how long ago it feels that we did that trip, way longer ago than that. I have been looking into doing it again. The problem I'm finding at the moment is the cost. The cost of it is crazy expensive. Disney World is obviously quite expensive as well, but the difference is I have an annual pass for Disney World and I have my DVC points. And I feel like there are more options that I know a lot better in terms of off-site hotels. I just know it a lot better. So when it comes to pricing up Disneyland Paris, I keep looking at it and how much it would cost to do a week at Disney World. And I think, oh my gosh, like it wouldn't be that much more for me. And I could go for longer. When I go to Disneyland Paris, it would be like 3 days or something like that. Whereas Florida, I would definitely do at least a week. So I am going to do it again in answer to that question. Yes, definitely, I will do Disneyland Paris. But for this year, I don't know if it will be 2022. It might be 2023. Not 100%. I may do it. Oh, sorry, things are getting exciting over here. I may do it later in the year, but definitely not at the minute. I do have several different Disney trips to Florida to do. I've got one coming up, which is going to be a specific budget trip. So how to save money while you're there. And I'm going to be staying off site and really looking into the budget side of things. And then I've got another one coming up later in the year, which is going to be very focused on doing different things. So stepping outside of the usual stuff that we do at Disney and doing different things, also focusing a bit more on Universal as well and other things to do in Florida. So those are my kind of trips for the rest of this year. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for the Q&A. There were some other questions. It was really hard to do all of them. I tried to pick out the ones that were asked the most. But I will try and do this again because it's actually been quite nice doing it as part of the vlog rather than just a sit down thing, which can be a little bit boring sometimes. And just to show you what I've got going here, I've got some leeks that are just cooking, and you cook the leeks a little bit first. Then you put your risotto rice and the water in there with a stock cube, like a vegetable stock cube, or you can actually get the mushroom ones, but they're hard to get hold of in the UK supermarkets. And then over here I've got my mushrooms. You do need to do quite a few mushrooms because this looks like loads, but they cook down to virtually nothing, and mushrooms are the main component of this dish, so you do need to chop up quite a few mushrooms. It may look like a lot, but you do need that. And yeah, it's super easy. You basically just put the rice in the water and stock cube, keep cooking, and then add your mushrooms. I'll show you a bit more later on, but that really is it. It's like super easy. Okay, so I've now got my water in here and the rice and the stock cube, and you literally just keep adding water and stirring it, and eventually the rice, you can keep testing it and it will become the right kind of texture, I guess you would call it. You want it to not have any crispiness in your rice, obviously, but you don't want it to go too sloppy, so just keep adding a little bit more water at a time. And then over here you can see the mushrooms have like way reduced down now, and they're starting to go brown, so when they get to this point you can actually turn those off. And then I just use a little bit of soy sauce on them, and I just kind of stir that in. I just like the flavour of that when you eventually add it into this pan. It's just nice if you add that little bit of soy sauce. I always think that's really nice. And then once they're switched off, you can just kind of leave them there like that until you're ready to add them in, probably pretty much towards the end, because these are kind of cooked now, so you just add them in maybe 5 minutes before this is done. So this is virtually done now. Most of the liquid is absorbed into the rice, and I've just tried the rice and it's nice and tender. So that's pretty much going to be it. You can see I've added the mushrooms, and then all I'm going to do when I turn the heat off is add one of these little Philadelphia Light mini tubs and stir that through. And then when it's in the bowl, I will just put a bit of this cheese on top, and that's it. So it's super easy. It's a really easy thing to make, whether you've got multiple people or just for one person as well. It's kind of I know you need to do your mushrooms in there, but it's virtually like a one pot type of situation. So yeah, that is my mushroom risotto, which I have probably once a week, almost every week. I absolutely love it. The only thing I would do differently is get the mushroom stock pot. I use the vegetable one, the Knorr stock pot, because like I say, the mushroom one is hard to get hold of. I think you can get it in Waitrose. That's the only thing that makes it slightly better, but it's not much difference. A vegetable stock pot is fine. And there we have it, all done. Just a little bit of this cheese. I tend to sprinkle a little bit on like one section and then I eat that, and then I sprinkle it on like fresh as I go along. I know that's like a super weird thing to do, but yeah, this is really, really delicious. I love it. Can highly recommend.
2 hours later.
So I'm all done with my dinner. It's later on now, so I think I'm going to head up, do a bit more editing, and then probably head to bed. So I'm going to finish off this vlog for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this, doing a kind of Q&A and vlog in one. If you did, give the video a thumbs up, because then I'll know and I can always do something like this again. I think it was just a bit more interesting, like I was saying, than doing like a sit down type Q&A. Like I was saying before, I do have some other videos coming up soon. I'm going to be doing my skincare routine, and potentially I will do the video about my TM if that's something that you're interested in. And I've got some other things in the works as well. I do want to start uploading more to this channel. As I've said, it's been very challenging this year with all of the travel that I've been doing. I've just been doing so much more travel in such a short period of time that it's been very, very difficult getting everything else done and keeping on top of everything with Patreon and everything like that. So thank you for your patience there, and for the patience with not seeing as many uploads on this channel, but I do want to change that going forward and be uploading here more frequently. But thank you so much for always being so supportive, for always sticking with watching my videos, liking, commenting, subscribing, and also over on Instagram. I really do appreciate all of you so much. It's been a crazy, crazy few years, and I do absolutely love the community that we have here. Everyone is so amazing and supportive, and I really do appreciate it so much. So I hope you guys are all good, and I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.